at 6 a.m. on February 15th. Your pillow still got makeup stains, a crime scene of what we've been. My phone's face down and silent, I'm too scared to check the screen. Cause yesterday you loved me, now I'm waking up obscene. Count the seconds since you left me, this is not a dream. February 15th, emergency. The roses died overnight, just like your love for me. Call 911 on my heart, but nobody's responding. February 15th, emergency. I'm flatlining in these sheets where you should be. Code red, code red. She left me for dead. Toothbrush like a tombstone in my bathroom cup. The coffee maker's mocking me, it still thinks we're us. Every notification makes me sick but keeps me hoping that maybe this emergency is just my heart misquoted. Check my pulse and check for signs. Still, this is critical. February 15th, emergency. The roses died overnight, just like your love for me. Called 911 on my heart, but nobody's responding. February 15th, emergency. I'm flatlining in these sheets where you should be.
Attention all units, we have a cardiac emergency. Our patient is experiencing acute romantic failure. Time of death, February 14th, 11:59 p.m.
But I'm still breathing. February 15th, emergency. They're zipping up the body bag on all your history. Pronounce me dead, another casualty of Cupid. February 15th, emergency. Waking up is learning how to be stupid. Still breathing.
I can't breathe without tasting you.
Your perfume lives in my pillowcase, a ghost I can't evict. Rosewater mixed with cigarettes, the scent that makes me sick. I'm huffing fabric softener, just trying to forget. But every breath's a betrayal, my lungs are your silhouette. In my clothes, in my hair, everywhere. Can't escape what is in there. I still taste the roses, even though the garden's dead. Your ghost lives in my nose, his perfume pounding through my head. Every breath's a seance, summoning what we had. I still taste the roses, and it's driving me mad. Breakdown, breakdown. Bought every candle in the store, trying to burn you out. But lavender mixed with vanilla just makes me scream and shout. You sense a chemical weapon deployed inside my room. I'm suffocating sweetly in this fleeing tune. Can't wash clean, you're beneath everything. Burned sage, open windows, held my breath till I turned blue. But you're molecular now, you're in the air. You're everywhere, you're everywhere. Get out of my life! I still taste the roses. Watch me choke on what remains. Your perfume's my psychosis. Flower torture in my brain. Every breath's a funeral for the love that we once had. I still taste the roses, and I hope it makes you sad. Roses, roses, can't stop tasting roses.
February 14th evidence. Let's see what killed us.
Latex gloves on, I'm approaching the heart-shaped box. Each chocolate's a clue to why our love went into shock. Dark chocolate truffle, you knew I liked it sweet. Coconut cream, you forgot, I think it tastes like defeat. Document each layer, every flavor, this candy-coated crime scene. Chocolate box autopsy, I'm dissecting every piece you left behind. Looking for the poison in the sweet geometry. Chocolate box autopsy. What killed us is inside. Caramel center oozing like the truth you couldn't tell. Raspberry filling red is all the flags I couldn't smell. The box says be mine, but the expiration date 2 days before. You said you needed space. Check for fingerprints on my heart, where love starts, falls apart. Time of death, dessert. Chocolate box autopsy, I'm dissecting every piece you left behind. Looking for the poison in the sweet geometry. Chocolate box autopsy. What killed us is inside.
Wait, there's something hidden in the second layer. A receipt, dated January 10th. You bought these weeks ago, before you even...
This was premeditated chocolate! Chocolate box autopsy. The evidence is overwhelming. Your status is my Bible and I'm reading it in vain. 3:47 a.m. you were online, but not for me. Who the f*** are you talking to at 3:47? Please typing. Stop again. Are you writing novels to somebody else's heart? Last seen at 3:47 a.m. I'm a detective with the phone screen for a lens. Every minute that you're online is a minute I'm not fine. Last seen at 3:47, but seen by who seen doing what? Obsessed. I've got your patterns memorized like stalker with a cause. You go offline at 2 a.m. tonight, you broke your laws. My thumb's got arthritis from the pull down to refresh. I'm a digital disaster in my notification mess. Online, ignoring my decline, while exploring someone else's conversation hearts. Last seen at 3:47 a.m. I'm a detective with the phone screen for a lens. Every minute that you're online is a minute I'm not fine. Last seen at 3:47, but seen by who seen doing what? Maybe you're just scrolling. Maybe you can't sleep. Maybe you're writing poetry. Or maybe you're falling in love with someone else. At 3:47 in the morning. I can see your light right now. Last seen at 3:47 a.m. I'm refreshing till my fingers start to bleed. Your gray dot is my gospel, your green light is my greed. Last seen at 3:47, now it's 5 a.m. and I'm still checking. Last seen, when will I be seen? Every song. Your name's contaminating every playlist here. Summer nights with you sounds like nails inside my ears. Our song playing feels like chewing broken glass. Time to digital murder this entire past. Swipe delete. Every memory gets control of delay. Delete the playlist. Burn the whole thing down. Every one of your songs is dead to me. I'm killing every sound. 3 years of music murdered with my thoughts. Delete the playlist. Watch me come undone. Scar with eyes. Down without a trace. 64 songs of lies, 5 hours of deceit. Gonna exercise your voice from every single beat. That roadie trip playlist, delete it first, dance, destroy every melody of us filling up the void. Delete the playlist, burn the whole thing down. Every one of your songs is dead to me. I'm killing every sound. Your favorite band is canceled. Every lyric tastes like shit. Delete the playlist. This is it. pockets haunted by the ghost of your attention. Phantom vibrations, muscle memories, invention. Check my phone 16 times knowing nothing's there, but my neurons keep firing like you still care. Buzz, buzz, nothing there. Buzz, buzz, you don't care. Ghost notification syndrome's got me checking air. Buzz, buzz, going crazy. Buzz, buzz, still your baby. In my head, in my head, in my head. Pavlov would be proud of how conditioned I've become. Every ding, every ring makes my stupid heart jump. But I caught myself laughing at the madness yesterday. Maybe crazy's just another step to being okay. Buzz, buzz, nothing new. Buzz, buzz, you don't care. Ghost notification syndrome's got me checking air. Buzz, buzz, it's not real. Buzz, buzz, time to heal. In my head, I can't fail. What if I just turned it off? What if I just let it stop? The phantom pain might fade away if I stop feeding it every day. But not today, not today. Buzz, buzz, nothing there. Buzz, buzz, you don't care. Ghost notification syndrome slowly loses its scale. Buzz, buzz, let it fade. Buzz, buzz, break parade. Almost out of my head.
Playing fun on airplane mode. But Chris.
Post-Valentine Vandals, tearing down the paper hearts with our bare hands. Every cupid gets decapitated where it stands. Post-Valentine Vandals, burn the roses, smash the candy. Love is dead and we're the ones who killed it. Ripping ribbons like arteries from every wall. These heart-shaped lies are paper mache, watch them fall. Stomping conversation hearts until they're patter on the floor. EP mind becomes begone, that's what violence is for. Teddy bear decapitation in aisle number 3. Every chocolate rose crushed beneath our misery. We're the cleanup crew for Cupid's crime scene. Armed with scissors, fury, and some gasoline. Post-Valentine Vandals, tearing down the paper hearts with our bare hands. Every Cupid gets decapitated where it stands. Post-Valentine Vandals, we're the aftermath patrol. They want us to clean up nice and quiet, but we're starting a post-love riot. Every streamer, every banner gets the hammer, gets the hammer. We're not bitter, we're better. Every card becomes confetti. Light the matches, burn the whole store down. Post-Valentine Vandals, we're the reason February 15th life looks like hell. Every heart-shaped anything has got a story to tell. Post-Valentine Vandals, beautiful destroyers in the malls. Clean up on outlaw. Nobody's awake to see this. Flash on in the bathroom mirror, my eyes look like war. 67 messages typed and deleted at 4. I'm archiving rock bottom like it's something to keep. Selfie with my breakdown, hashtag can't sleep. Capture every tear, 4K. Document the fear on display. If I fall apart alone, did it happen? Screenshot the breakdown, save it for forever. Every pixel of my pain in HD, now or never. 4 AM confessions in my camera roll of shame. Screenshot the breakdown. Turn my worst moment into content for the pain. Click, save, post, delete. Click, save, my DP. Story after story showing strangers how I crack. Close friends see I'm online, but I turned off red receipts back. Recording voice notes that I'll never have the guts to send. My phone storage full of breakdowns, I'm too scared to end. Timestamp every song of this lonely job. Ever since you left me here performing for nobody. Screenshot the breakdown, save it for forever. Every pixel of my pain in HD, now or never. 4 AM confessions in my camera roll of shame. Screenshot the breakdown. Turn my worst moment into content for the pain. Why am I documenting this? Who's this performance for? Maybe if I screenshot the breakdown, someone will know I was here. Somebody please just witness. Screenshot the breakdown, my digital disaster. Every tear's a JPEG, saving sadness ever after. 4:37 AM, still recording my decline. Screenshot the breakdown. At least there's proof that I'm still alive. Another day, still awake. The ceiling spinning counterclockwise, 3, 4, 5 AM. My eyelids weigh 1,000 pounds, but won't stay down for them. I'm counting ex-girlfriends instead of sheep tonight. Each memory's a monster, keeping me from the light. Melatonin's useless, whiskey's just a joke, when your ghost is the stimulant that's keeping me awoke. Love hangover, lullaby, sing me to sleep. But every note's your name on repeat, repeat, repeat. Rock-a-bye breakdown, my cradle's on fire. Love hangover, lullaby. So tired, so tired, so tired. The shadows on my wall are dancing to our greatest hits. My pillow smells like your shampoo, I'm losing all my wits. Tomorrow's already here, but yesterday won't leave. This insomnia's a prison. you're the reason I can't breathe. Love hangover, lullaby, sing me to sleep. Every note's your name on repeat, repeat, repeat. Rock up, I break down, my cradle's on fire. Love hangover, lullaby. I'm so tired, so f***ing whoa. And maybe if I stay
If I stay awake long enough, I'll forget how to miss you.
or maybe I'll just die. Either way, I'll close my eyes. Just let me sleep. Love hangover, lullaby. I'm begging for dreams, but consciousness is all that's left of your schemes. Good night to nobody, good morning to hell. Love hangover, lullaby. I'm not well, not well, not well.
Maybe tomorrow I'll sleep.
My daily 15-minute emotional appointment. It's 7 a.m. and I've got a standing date with my shower walls who never judge how much I break. The neighbors think I'm singing, but it's just my morning cry. The acoustics make my sadness sound like lullabies. I've got a waterproof playlist titled Shower Thoughts and Tears. The shampoo bottle's tired of my monologue of fears, but at least I'm multitasking, getting clean while falling apart. It's economics, baby, saving water with my heart. Lather my pain, rinse my brain, and repeat until I'm sane. Shower, cry, serenade, when nobody can see the mess I've made. The steam hides the tears, the water washes away. My shower, cry, serenade, the healthiest part of my day. Silence, cry, flow. At least I'm processing, at least I'm feeling, at least I'm standing up while falling down, making music from the sound of a heart that's learning how to drown in a responsible and scheduled way. Shower, cry, serenade, my daily dose of being unafraid. Tomorrow I'll be back here, same time, same pain, but hey, at least I'm consistent with my rain. See you tomorrow. Shower. Same sad time, same sad channel. My chest is a crime scene taped off in yellow lines. This heart broke every law when it was yours and mine. Filed for protection, but the judge just laughed at me. Said, son, that cardiac's got life without possibility. Guilty in the first degree. Lock it, throw the key. Got a word from the cardiac, it's dead or alive. This heart's most wanted for keeping love alive. 25 alive behind these rails. Got a word from the cardiac, no alibis. Cuff it up, lock it down. Security footage shows me falling every time. My pulse confessed without a lawyer, stupid Valentine. The prosecution's got my texts, my calls, my 3 a.m. thoughts. This cardiovascular criminal's finally been caught. No appeals can set me free. Guilty,
a chance. Maximum security, can't hold what's inside. Got my cardiac arrested, but it's still alive. Got a warrant for my cardiac, it's dead or alive. This heart's most wanted for keeping love alive. 25 to life behind these ribs. Got a warrant for my cardiac, no alibis.
Found them in my jacket.
February jacket, reaching inside the pocket. Green clad cellophane, time capsule rocky. Pink and yellow chalk hearts, past expiration. Each message hits like conversation. Be mine, tastes like arsenic now. True love makes me sick somehow. Read the signs we couldn't say. Expired conversation heart. Every word's go stale and tart. Kiss me tastes like broken glass. Forever didn't last. Expired conversation heart. Choking on the past. So sweet, so sad. Call me but you never did. Love bug was a pyramid. Soulmate makes me laugh out loud. Sugar lies should not be allowed. Hitting down on dream girl hurts. Be good might be the worst. Expired conversation heart. Every word's go stale and tart. Candy pockets like a knife. My baby ruined my life. Expired conversation heart. Diabetes of the heart. Diabetes of the heart.
Crazy for you. Yeah, literally crazy. You're mine. Possessive much. Angel, more like demon. Hot stuff. Know your eyes cold. Love you.
Lies in pastel. Lies in pastel. Expired conversation heart. Should've read the warning part. Every message is a curse wrapped in sugar, even worse. Expired conversation heart.
Best if used by.
Never again.
One, two, three, 4, 5. Shit. What comes after 5?
Doctor prescribed happiness, but I found my own prescription. 6 bottles on the table, each one's got your name's inscription. Monday through Saturday, a bottle for each day. Sundays for sobriety, but that's tomorrow anyway. Bottle one's denial tastes like we're just taking space. Bottle two's for anger, goes down burning like your face. 3 is bargaining with a bartender name. God, 4's depression, hey, at least it's on the rocks. 6 bottles of forgetting, but I remember everything. Each sip's supposed to kill the pain, but you're still swimming in my brain. 6 bottles of forgetting. Oh, now. For love. Oh, now. For trust. Can't forget what's part of us. Bottle 5's acceptance, but the label's hard to read.
result.
So here's to bottle 7. Maybe this one's learning how to feel without help. Or maybe I just need top shelf. 6 bottles of forgetting. Tomorrow I'll try remembering. Each sip was just a placeholder for the work I need to do. 6 bottles of forgetting, but bottle 7's you.
Put on my tab.
Your sweater folded neat inside a cardboard coffin case. Each photograph face down so I won't see your face. The post office lobby feels like a cathedral today, as I perform the final rites to send your ghost away. Tracking number for my closure, certified mail exposure of everything we were. This is my return to sender symphony. Every step's a tear, every box a memory. Conducted by the heartbreak, orchestrated by the pain. Return to sender symphony. Love's freight train. Ship it back, no contact. That's a fact. The clerk asked fragile and I almost laugh out loud. Everything inside already shattered, I'm just returning clouds. Priority mail for all your empty promises to arrive. By Tuesday you'll have everything except the parts that died. Insured for nothing, this package weighs everything. Sign here to let go. This is my return to sender symphony. Every step's a tear, every box a memory. Conducted by the heartbreak, orchestrated by the pain. Return to sender symphony.
day 6, and I actually got up.
Woke up and my chest felt lighter, like someone cut the strings. Your ghost is looking transparent, I can see through everything. Open windows for the first time, let February in. The air smells like tomorrow, and not where we've been. Flush you out of my system, cast you out, exorcism. This is my rehabilitation. Detox from your devotion. I'm sweating out your poison through every single pore, cleansing all the toxins of the love that I live for. Detox from your devotion. Clean my bloodstream. Change my sheets without crying, call the press, alert the news. Threw away a toothbrush without writing it the blues. I'm a rehabilitation miracle, a romantic rehab success. 12 steps to getting over your intoxicating yes. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit, but I'm speedrunning heartbreak like an emotional rabbit. Watch me juicy, cleanse my feelings, green smoothie for the soul. I'm my own intervention and I'm on a f***ing roll. Detox from your devotion. My heart's in recovery and finally feeling free. Who knew the antidote was just learning to be me. Detox from your devotion, the withdrawal's almost through. Think I'm actually gonna be okay? No, I know I'm gonna be okay. Who wakes up tomorrow? 6 days of dying, somehow I'm still breathing here. The mirror shows a stranger wearing my face unclear. Did I survive or just learn to play dead? Tomorrow's knocking, but I can't lift my head. My phone's been silent, the ghost vibration stopped. The roses lost their scent, the breakdown photos cropped. I'm standing at the edge of who I used to be, but can't see through the fog to who's in front of me. 6 days down, do I drown? The stranger in the mirror's asking, who's day 7 stranger? Walking in my shoes, but feeling like a faker. Will he remember how to smile without lying? Day 7 stranger. Is he living or just better at dying? Who am I? Who am I? When the weak die. I made a list of who I was before the fall. Crossed out the parts that loved you, now there's nothing left at all. Just white space waiting for someone to appear. But day 7 stranger hasn't introduced himself. Day 1, emergency. Day 2, obsession. Day 3, rage. Day 4, documentation. Day 5, exhaustion. Day 6, maybe. Day 7. Who's day 7 stranger? okay with just surviving. Tomorrow I'll wake up, and then what? Maybe I'll know. Maybe I'll know. Maybe I won't.
One, two, three, wait! What if we add more pain to this part? That's it. We're doing our own song.
Day one, he shows up to practice 3 hours late, holding chocolate like evidence in a murder case. Guys, we need to write about emergency feelings. We had a gig that night, spent it on the ceiling. Day two, he's checking his phone every 30 seconds. Did you see she was online? Man, nobody reckons. Made me play the bass line to match his heartbeat stutters. Now my fingers hurt from his emotional gutters. We're a band, not their hands, not for his list. Of every single way she's done him wrong. We've had enough of this. 6 days of over-dramatic hits. He screenshot his breakdown during the recording. We've had enough of this. Our friend's lost his mind and missed the rent.
We love him, but he's driving us nuts.
Day 3, 4, 5, everything's starting to blur. He made me play heartbeat rhythm, shouting forever. My kid's covered in his tissues and his feelings. Do you know how hard it is to drum behind someone who's reeling? He asked me to make the synth sound more like Ghost, then cried on my keyboard during Still Taste the Roses. The piano's out of tune from all his dramatic leaning. We're making an album but losing all meaning.
Take 47 of cardiac arrest Warrant. It needs more conviction. We've been here for 14 hours. He wrote 8 songs about gift receipts, made us learn them all, then scrapped 7.
We have lives too!
We've had enough of this. He renamed our group chat Heartbreak Fence. Sent us 17 versions of the same sad chorus. We've had enough of this.
Hey guys, what are you recording? Nothing, just warming up.
Tomorrow we're doing an intervention, or at least hiding his phone, and changing the Wi-Fi password. I just had another idea about roses.
Here we go again.